Fellow Southern Cameroonians, good morning. This audio will be entitled Southern Cameroonians Got the Right to Vent Their Frustration with Mr. Ayaba of the AGC, or they call it AGOVC, and the so-called ADF. And I wonder, when I saw the Canadian post out there, I found that AGOVC and ADF were represented. What is the difference between the AGOVC and the ADF? That's the stupidity of the highest order coming out from Mr. Ayaba and his cohorts. Mr. Akwanga, Yerima the thief, let me also venture out my own frustration with all these clowns, like my friend has already called them. John Abkoro vented out his frustration with me when I called him out to come and explain to Southern Cameroonians what was going on in Canada. He made a slot over Facebook for 30 minutes. All Akoro could do in that slot was to pour all the insult on the planet Earth on Sama Thomas, telling me how he's shown his face out there, and some people are hiding to show their face, referring to me that I'm hiding to show my face. John Akoro, who was a good boy at CRTV up to 2016. I don't know what happened that he jumped out of the CRTV and CPDM cabal. And it's now an imposter imposing himself how he is the president of the consortium, the defunct consortium. That is what John Akoro is. He poured out all the insult on the planet Earth on me, Sama Thomas, that have called upon these clowns to come out and tell the people of Southern Cameroon what is going on in Canada. The other clown in London called Primantis Marianta and no good Abongwa Harrison I saw them in a Facebook post which I made a statement, bedfellows, telling us how they've been to Canada and how good Canada was. These two clowns, up till today, they haven't told us what they went to Canada to do. And the Canadian government has chosen upon herself to now tell Southern Cameroon, these clowns, when these clowns came back from Canada, they told us that they were going to organize a press conference to inform Southern Cameroonians what they've agreed or done in Canada. This clown called John Akoro was on Facebook and YouTube, drumming it up, how Southern Cameroonians should come and listen to wonders has taken place in Canada. Well, a storm in the teaspoon. When the SGF started their frustration, which some of us were against it, that they shouldn't go down that path. In 1995, when the SDF won 97 parliamentary seats, La République or Pobias reduced it, took 54 and gave to the SDF 43. We advise that the SDF shouldn't go to the parliament with 43 seats. We should stay on the street fighting She will get the rest 54, which you can use in parliament and change some things. Those that were interested in going to parliament refused. That they were going to cause a storm in parliament with 42 seats. We said a storm in a teaspoon. When they went to that parliament, they didn't even cause that storm in a teaspoon. Are all these impostors who went to Canada not doing just what the SDF did in La Republique's parliament? What is the difference of these impostors who went to Canada? Have they done anything better? And who even tell my fellow comrade Akwanga and comrade Ayaba that because they are called doctors, so they are fit to negotiate on behalf of the people of Southern Cameroons? Is that their field of expertise? Why are we so gullible in the Southern Cameroon struggle? And our gullibilism is not helping the struggle move forward, but pulling us behind. Let me ask Comrade Akwanga and Ayaba, what do they want? Is it the independence of the Southern Cameroons or themselves? Because all Southern Cameroonians must be able to ask themselves this question: what do we want? Is it the independence of the Southern Cameroons or myself? If you put yourself first, that I must lead, then you do not want the independence of the Southern Cameroons. If you put yourself that I am a servant of the people that wants to see that the Southern Cameroons is free, no matter how that independence comes, no matter who leads us all to that independence, then you are fighting for the liberation of Southern Cameroons. But fighting that I must be the one to lead, you are a pathological liar, for all you want is yourself and not the freedom of the Southern Cameroons. Southern Cameroons should take this seriously. Any Southern Cameroon that is imposing himself that if not me, beware of that type of a person. That is not the person you can trust. Such a Didi Amin Dada is not a person you can trust. For he is a monster. For I have said severally, Southern Cameroonians should constitute a team of negotiators who are experts in their field of profession that will negotiate for the people of the Southern Cameroons. And not Dr. Akwanga, not Dr. Ayaba, not the John Ba Akorosis of the world who are imposing themselves. Wannabes, like my friend had already described it, be wannabes negotiators. I used to ask them, what are they going to negotiate? Can you imagine that the so-called ADFA GovC are sending, they call him Kapo Ngong Dok Pamela, to go and negotiate on behalf of the people of the Southern Cameroon? Witchcraft in broad daylight. Who cursed us? What is really wrong with Southern Cameroonians? Now that the Canadian government had put out a statement, and Comrade Ayaba is asking the Canadian government to put down that statement. That statement had already been put out. Even if the Canadian government put down that statement, Southern Cameroonians have already seen that statement and it is already there. You cannot pull it down again. What is wrong with that statement put out by the Canadian government? I ask you guys, before you guys were going to Canada, What were those points that La Republic put forward that you people should come and let us dwell on these points before starting, which you guys were convinced that these are things that we were clamoring for? They are now on the table. Let us go and talk. What were those points that you people were rushing to camera to go and talk about? And even if La Republic comes tomorrow, Comrade Akwanga and Ayaba, that let us talk about our pathways. Are the two of you capable of doing such a negotiation with La Republic Cameroon? If I might ask, are the two of you capable? And all those who rush to Canada, are you people experts in all the fields of negotiation so far as Southern Cameroon and La Republic is concerned when it comes to parting their ways? What La Republic must do to the Southern Cameroons as a reparation? Who were those that were financial experts to make an evaluation of how La Republic had exploited the Southern Cameroons or looted the Southern Cameroons institutions? How La Republic was going to do that repatriation, that reparation and refunding? Who were those experts that would sit and say La Republic has sent her citizens to Southern Cameroon and they've bought pieces of land, not even pieces of land, swaths of land, and send their citizens to occupy those areas? Who were those that would say La Republic should recall back her citizens? As from 1960 that crossed into Southern Cameroon, they were posted to Southern Cameroon as workers, and they are now stationed in Southern Cameroon as if they are citizens. Who were those experts that would negotiate on the behalf of the Southern Cameroon? How these people were taken out of Southern Cameroon? What about the spillage of Sonora and all the oil exploration companies that are around the Bakassinjan area exploring oil? And there must be an oil spill there. Who cleans it up later on? What about the mortgages that La Republic has signed with China, France, and other countries, mortgaging Southern Cameroon's land to them for about 100 to 150, 200 years? What happened to all these things? Were you people competent of handling all these things? What about our pensioners? After parting our ways, who pays our pensioners? Where will those money come from for our pensioners that have worked with the public system for all this while to continue paying their money? Were you people competent of doing all these things? Or it's just about negotiation, and I'm carrying my head, Sama Thomas, with nothing inside to go and negotiate on behalf of the people of the Southern Cameroons. The curse with that is it witchcraft that is disturbing you people? Southern Cameroons got the right to express their frustration with you guys, so you guys have overdone it and needs to be called out. For we cannot continue in this manner. There must be a stop elsewhere to all this nonsense that my comrade Ayaba and Akwanga, John Ba Akoro, and the guy Ayok Tabe from prison, who are causing all this confusion in this struggle. Because all they want is themselves. The interest of the people is no longer there. The day you guys will come down from your high horses and put the people's interest first, then the people might lift you guys up. But imposing yourselves on the people that you guys must be the ones to do something of which you've got nothing to offer, you will keep on disgracing yourselves until that day that we will reach Buea. For Buea is but a sure fact. All what you guys are doing is just to delay us for a while. Buea is coming. Sama Thomas.